Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back to my channel. I wasn't really gonna do like a vlog today, but I just had a word, y'all. So I just wanted to hop on here and do a quick video for you guys. I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to get it re-braided, like get the front re-braided. So I get my braids in, and you see it's like my hair is growing. So what I'll do is take out like the first couple of braids and the back couple of braids. So I'll show you guys actually when I get back so you can see that it will look new, but I won't get the whole thing braided over, if you can kind of see what it looks like now. But anyway, so I was dropping off my boys at school. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Subscribe, like this video, and then go over on Instagram and follow me guys at Jaleesa. So it's the morning. I'm waiting for my friend that does my hair, so just came to my mind, so let me make it quick. I was dropping my boys off at school. Now when you drop them off, there's a certain part of the school that does drop, like where you drop them off, and there's teachers outside. So it's usually like, even if school starts at whatever time, if the teachers are still outside letting kids in, then it's okay. And then usually teachers wait till like, all right, no, we don't see anybody else, we're going in. So if you come after the teachers go in, you have to go and like sign your kids in a different area of the school. So you're kind of like late then if the teachers aren't there. So we're rushing guys, every morning rushing. And mind you, I saged last night guys, and I used my blessing oil on myself and my children. So I pull around the corner, we're rushing. We usually are always late. We're usually always late. We're always running late, but we're always on time. And I think we've had like one tardy where I've had to like sign them in. But other than that, we're always on time. But we're like screeching tires around the corner to make it before the teachers go inside. So this time I turn the corner, it's no teachers there. I'm like, dang, I'm gonna have to sign you in, which is not a problem. Like, we like a minute late. It's not really a problem, but I always try to make it on time. I always try to be on time. So, and if you have kids, you know that in the mornings it could just be hectic. So I'm like, dang, all right. I hate to be like late, so I feel like defeated. Like, dang, I lost today. We're late. So it's two teachers just going into school, and they just happen to be using this door. So they're going from their car. These are not the teachers that let you into the school, but they just so happen to be pulling up to the school. They just so happen to be walking from their car to the door that I'm going to, that I usually take my boys in. So as they walk, literally I'm pulling up, and it's the same time. So I kind of look at them and I'm like, all right, because they don't have to let me in. So I'm like, all right, are they gonna let me in? Are they gonna let my boys in? Well, not me in, but let my boys in. So the one teacher kind of looks at me, and I could tell off her energy, she ain't trying to open the door. She's trying to be on some, oh, you have to use the front door. I could already see with her energy that she's gonna be on some, oh, you have to use the front door type stuff. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I just look at her. So I'm like, let me just give it a try. So she's walking with another short teacher who has the same energy. Like, I'm not gonna open the door for your kids. You're gonna have to take them, they're gonna have to go to the front and sign in. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, let me just try. So I pull up and I try to make eye contact with them. So the one teacher, she don't make no eye contact with me. She opened the door like she's going in. The other teacher, I could tell she don't want to open the door for us. Like, I could tell she don't want to make eye contact with us, because for whatever reason, she don't just want to let my boys in, go in this door while she's going in. She just don't. So I make eye contact with her, and you can see I'm not even being funny, like you can see her fighting the demons. Like, you can see God, touching her heart. You ever heard like God will touch somebody's heart to benefit you? So God will make somebody do something for you, even if they don't want to do it for you, just because of your favor and mercy and grace and what God does for you. Oh, here's my hair, ladies, so let me hurry up. So she goes, she just turns around, makes eye contact. She just goes like this, like, come on. Like, you could tell she wants us to drive around and sign in, but so my boys get out the car, and she's like, all right, let's go, boys. Like, literally the car is here and the door is here. Like, they're walking. Like, what's the problem? And usually I would focus on that. But this day I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to focus on their tune. I'ma just focus on the fact that God made you open the door for my boys. You didn't want to open the door for my boys. And that's how I'm trying to look at things now more positively. You didn't want to open the door for them, but God made you. God touched your heart and made you open the door for them. And that's what I'm going to focus on, like God's grace and how he aligns things, how I was driving. And this may be little, but I'm very appreciative of everything. And he literally, as this arm is driving, this is me, and this is them. And literally the door's right here. So as we both make it to the door at the same time, and there's no other cars, and as they close the door and as she finally let my boys in, I'm driving off now, like 2 other cars coming. Like I was just on time, and God touched her heart just to like, I'm just trying to see the small things in life. And that was just something, because she didn't want to open the door for them. She did not. I live in a bougie area, y'all, and there's not many melanated skin in my area. My kids live in a very good school district. You know, we live in a very good town. It's just not diverse, and they're not used to beautiful melanated skin. So you get that bougie energy sometimes, but it's whatever, because we belong there just like they do. So we brush that off. It's whatever, but it just made me notice, like, God really touched your heart and made you open the door for us. You didn't want to open the door for us, but you had to, because we are God's children, and he made you open the door for us. And that made me think of, I'm about to go in because my hair lady's here. That made me think of one time I'm gonna tell y'all about this later once I get my hair done. But my long story short, I was getting my license, and I had to take a driver's test, and I had a van. I had my boyfriend's van at the time, and I couldn't use a van for the test. So you could have somebody rent a car. You know what? To be determined. To be continued. I'm gonna give y'all to be continued, because I don't want to rush through the story, and I want to go with my hair done. So actually, this is just gonna be like a little story time today. But I'm gonna come back and have my hair done, y'all. So can y'all really see like how it looks like? You see? All right, I'm gonna be right back, guys. Oh, let me do the hand thing that I always be trying to do. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. 5 seconds for you, but 3 hours for me. When I stop, I will show you like the difference in my hair, but I just got the front of my hair rebraided and the back, so it looks like it's brand new, but it's not. So let me finish my story, because I'm on my way. I'm gonna go to Walmart real quick, and then I'm gonna head home, and later today I'm gonna pick up my godson. It's Friday, so I'm probably gonna do something fun this weekend. I'll probably vlog this weekend, I'm not sure. But when I was finishing my story about the teachers that didn't want to open the door this morning for my boys, but God made them. And last night, guys, I saged my home, and I think I told you that, just to get like new energy in, and I did my blessing oil on me and my children. So I remember one time I was and I'm gonna say, and I'm not gonna tell you this recent one, because it's like not personal, but like a family member needed something, and I swear to you, out the blue, it came to my mind. Like, the family member didn't ask me for it, and it just came to my mind, like, I want to do such and such for that family member. And I texted them, I was like, hey, do you need such and such? Like, I could bring you such and such. And they were like, oh my God, really? Whatever. So they were so thankful. But I swear, it's like that family member is blessed and highly favored. So God put it on my heart. Literally, I just came up with the thought, like, I just came up with the urge to be like, you know what? I want to do such and such for this person. Let me see if they want that. Reached out to them, and they were like, oh my God, yes, I could really use it, and whatever. And I brought it to them, and they were so thankful. But the point is that they probably were praying for it, and God touched my heart, because literally I just thought of it like out of the blue, and was like, okay. And I had an urge to want to do it for them, and that's God. So let me tell you, when God touched somebody's heart another time for me. So I was getting I think I took my permit test. Ooh. Okay, the devil is a lie. The devil trying to stop me from telling my story. Okay, but dang, am I going the wrong way? I am going the wrong way, right? Or no? Yeah, I think am I going the wrong way, y'all? That's a shame. I should know. I think I'm going the wrong way. I gotta turn around. Yeah, I'm definitely going the wrong way. Okay, so I was getting my license. Now I had taken my driver's test, and I needed to take the road test, right? So I went to go take the road test. It's a long story. Like, why? Like, my boyfriend didn't even know I didn't have a license, but that's a whole nother story. but I had his car and he had a van. So I was like, one day I was like, all right, I'm gonna go try to take my driver's test. Now with my riding test, now in high school, we got in I think it was in health class, we used to be able to take, like, there were certain days that DMV would come and administer the driving test for students that were old enough, like the permit test, and I took it like 2 times and failed it. So I ain't even gonna tell y'all my business day. So let's skip that part. But long story short, I didn't pass the test in high school, whatever. So later in life, I honestly came up with the idea one day. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to DMV. This is years later. I was like, I'm gonna just try to take my permit test and see what happened, because I never studied, but I was like, I know about driving. If I can't pass it, that's a problem. Like, we years later, like maybe like a couple years later, not too many years later. So I went to DMV. I didn't study, or I might have actually went to DMV and got the practice booklet. I don't know how they do it now, but they had a practice booklet, I think, that you could just pick up, and I might have read through it, and I was like, whatever. I went on the computer. I don't know how they do it now, but I went on the computer at DMV, took it one time and passed it. I was like, yes, that was easy, because sometimes, like, I had been avoiding taking the test for years since I failed it twice in high school. So I was like afraid to take it because I was like, I don't want to fail it again. But one thing I learned is, like, especially sometimes when you're afraid of something, you delay it so long, but when you actually just go and do it, you'll realize that, oh, it wasn't as bad as I had been, like, making it out to be all these years. So I went and took the test and passed it on the first time, and I was like, wow, I've been avoiding taking this test for years, and I finally took it, and it was like not even hard, you know. So I'm driving with my permit. I get the date to go take my test, like my driver's test, to get my license. And so my boyfriend had a minivan, and you couldn't take the test in a minivan. You had to take it in a car. So when I got there, I didn't know that and I was doing this, like, I was by myself, and most people there had, like, hired driving companies that, you know, let them use the car for the test. You had to, like, make an appointment the day before, or, like, you know, ahead of time, and they met you at the DMV with the vehicle, and you used it to take your test, and you had to pay them. I didn't know anything about that, and I'm gonna tell you, well, a different story I'll tell you, like, on my prom day. I just didn't know, like, certain things, you know, I didn't know. So I didn't have anyone to, like, help me do it, so I just didn't know that. So I'm driving to there, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take my test in this minivan. They were like, you can't use a van, ma'am, you have to use a car. So I'm standing outside, and I'm calling up places, or, like, if there's other people using people's cars, I'm like, oh, how can I use, like, your car? They're like, oh, you gotta call the company and schedule it. So I'm calling, but none of them are able to do it right now. Like, I'm at DMV right now, and I need to use the car. They're like, oh no, you have to book in, like, make an appointment or whatever, or you have to, like, take a certain amount of hours of classes through us, and then you can use our car on the test day, whatever. I'm like, well, dang, my test day is today, so what am I supposed to do? So where I was in Jersey, there were people there, which I'm assuming is not legal, or you're not supposed to do, or I don't know, but, you know, people that had their own personal cars. They didn't have a driving company or nothing, but they had personal vehicles. I'm about to run this light. They had personal vehicles, and they were on the low coming to people like, hey, yeah, you know, you can use my car for a couple dollars, whatever, maybe $100, whatever. Now, mind you, you had to pay them cash, and they just let you use their car, which I don't think you're supposed to do, but they did it for cheaper than the companies. So say the companies were like, oh yeah, it's $250. There will be random people that will come up like, yeah, you can use my car, give me $100 or give me $80 or something like that, right? Mind you, I don't remember the exact prices, but I'm making this up. I might have had $20, right? $25. So it was a guy, and he saw me, like, waiting around, like, so he was like, oh, do you need to use a car? And he was a person that was, like, using his, like, letting people use his car for cash on the low, whatever. So I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, I charge, say if he said $100. And I was like, oh, I don't have that much. Now, they'll work with you, right? Because they just trying to get extra cash. You literally take the test for 5 minutes. You drive in between cones. You park, you parallel park, and then you drive around the block. And that was literally the whole test. So he will work with you, right? So they negotiate, right? So it's like, oh, I don't have 100. He'd be like, all right, give me 90 or give me 80, whatever. So he was like, all right, don't worry, I'll do it for like 90. Mind you, I don't remember the prices, I'm just making this up. So I was like, oh, I only got like $20, $25. He was like, please, and walked away, right? So because he got all these other people that have $90, $80, $100. So literally hours go by, the day goes by, I don't remember how long, but I'm standing there like, dang, what can I do? Like, I'm really trying to think of every way that I can like figure out. I have not a lot of money, I have a van, I want to take my test, like, and I was just trying. So I'm sitting there just calling different driving companies, just trying to make a way. So I was just sitting there feeling a little defeated. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. Hours later, that same man that was like, I saw the second that God touched his heart. I saw the second that God touched his heart. He looked at me. This is hours later after he shooed me away. He looked at me and he was like, come on. And I was like, what? He was like, come on, use my card. And I was like, really? Oh my God. I don't even know if he made me pay him. I don't know. I don't remember. But I was like, oh my God. And I think he realized that, I guess sometimes, like, if you're negotiating with somebody and you're saying 100 and they're like, okay, no, 70, you might feel like, okay, or you might say like 50 and they're like, all right, you trying to take advantage, you trying to, like, you know, lowball me. But I think he realized, I'm really not trying to lowball you. I really only have $20. Like, I'm not trying to get it for $20. I only have $20. And I saw the second that God touched his heart, he was like, come on, and he let me use his car. I don't remember if he made me pay him or anything, and I was like, thank you, and he let me use his car. And then I did the little test. I went around the block. I was so nervous, and then my driving like instructor was so, like, he was so quiet. He was just sitting there. And then I parked, and I was like, and then the guy was just sitting there, like the driver instructor was just sitting there. And I was like, so did I pass? And he was so quiet. He was like scoring me, and he was like, you passed. Like, it was just weird, but I was so thankful. I was like, oh my God. But that was like, a lot of times God does things for you that you don't even notice, but that I noticed. I remember the moment that God touched his heart, and God softened his heart to where he was like, all right, use my car. Because he knew I wasn't playing. He knew I wasn't like faking it. He knew I was like, I was there all day. Like, if I had more than $20 to give you, I would have. But he saw me there like all day waiting and making phone calls and just trying. I was standing in the line with the people that were about to drive because it was already my turn. I just needed a vehicle. But yes, guys, that's just my story. That's just my story of one of the times God showed up for me. He showed up for me many times, but yeah, sometimes God will definitely touch other people's hardened hearts that they don't want to do something nice for you, but because you have God's grace and mercy, he will make them do it for you. And that's all I want to say, guys. That's all I want to say. But oh, let me show you. So if you see my hair, I just kind of, and I got curls at the end. So this is what I do. I've shown you guys my natural hair. My natural hair is so long now. It's so long. As a model, I love my knotless braids. Ever since I've always like got box braids in the past and growing up, but ever since like knotless braids has become more popular, I love me some knotless braids, y'all. Love it. And now the last time I got them done, my friend that does my hair convinced me to do curls at the end, because I never do curls at the end, and I'm like, no, I don't want curls. And she's like, come on, try it, and I was like, no. But she was like, just, it would look so cute. So I did it, and I love it. I never did my hair with curls in the end, and thank God for her. She convinced me, because I was like, I don't like how that looks, but I think I like it. I love it, actually. I know I like it. And my hair is like long, so I just love how it looks with like the curls at the end. It's so cute. It's giving, I don't know, it's giving, this may be my thumbnail. Okay, but yeah, I just want to tell you how God be working and moving and maneuvering for me. So I'm about to, oh, my godson is coming over, so I'm gonna get him some Yoo-Hoos, because if you know my godson, he loves chocolate milk. And I wanted to get something else from here, but I forgot. I wanted to get Yoo-Hoo and something else for Nick. Maybe some bagel bites. I forget. Oh, and oatmeal. Because my boys wanted oatmeal. But that's all, y'all. I didn't really have much to say. I just wanted to say that because I'm blessed and highly favored. And it just made me think of it this morning when that lady was trying to act like she didn't want to hold the door for my sons. But God was like, you will hold the door for them. And she did it with an attitude, but she still did it. So it just made me think of all the times that God has made people soften their heart to benefit me. And I appreciate you. So try to think of times in your life where like situations have just like worked out, or like people have done something for you, or you saw them change their mind about you to benefit you. It's true, y'all. It's really true. But I'm about to go in. All right. Oh, wait. I don't know what I'm doing. Holding the phone like that. Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. I gotta get the key. I might get some Chick-fil-A. But I'm gonna end this vlog. I wasn't even trying to do a vlog, guys. I just had to tell y'all that. But I'm gonna get a bag and get my get him some what did I say? Some Yoo-hoo, y'all. Dang, I can't remember. But let me put this here and get a bag. It don't want to sit. It don't want to sit, y'all.